This entire video is going to be about the whole situation and controversy involving Philip Defranco and a bunch of other YouTubers who promoted BetterHelp.com. And I wanted to avoid this. I wanted to act like I couldn't see it because I like Philip Defranco. Of course, he's my guy, Philly D, right? I don't have any problems with him. But what I decided I was going to do was just wait and give him time to explain everything and kind of clear it up and do a response video, which he did. But he didn't really clear anything up. Well, he cleared it up, not in the way that he was supposed to, because I've seen tons and tons of apology videos before and I know how to read through all the bullshit. So unfortunately for Philip Defranco, this video is going to be about him and that response video, and spoiler alert, it's not going to be a positive and good video in support of my man Phil. Like I said, when it came to this video, I actually didn't want to do it, but in the words of Philly D,
let's just jump into it.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Good morning.
Hell of the day.
You hold this in for that bum ass.
Stupid. The king is back.
King fame. Okay.
Can you copyright him right now?
I want to start off by saying that I have no intentions of attacking any other people involved in this situation or even really bringing them up, because after playing so many zombie survival games and watching so many zombie shows, I learned a very valuable lesson, and that is that the head is the only goal. Anything outside the head is just foreplay. So let's go for the money shot and go for the top, which would be none other than Philip Defranco, the head honcho of all of this, which is why he is the main one hopping out to defend this entire situation. You notice that everybody else involved is either playing really confused, like, oh, I didn't even know, I didn't realize that this was going on. Oh, you mean to tell me my money that was coming to my bank account was coming from these people? I had no idea they were so shady. Everybody's playing innocent victim, but Philip has to step out and hold the shield and make sure that everything is okay, because this is his baby. And that's because his name and his company name is written all over the entire situation. It's Philip Defranco and Rogue Rocket. They've signed up 100+ YouTubers or so who also make money through their referral links going towards BetterHelp, and a percentage of that money also goes to Rogue Rocket, which also goes to Philip Defranco. So he is the pyramid pretty much of the entire thing. That's why I say he's the head and at the top, and I'm not really worried about the bottom layers because they were all just pawns in this pyramid scheme. Now let me explain to you exactly what BetterHelp is. Have you ever really read the label of mouthwash? BetterHelp is like the mouthwash of therapy. If you ever read the label of mouthwash, it says you can use it but not as a substitute. It's kind of like the same thing, but it's not the same thing. You still have to brush your teeth. It's the same thing with BetterHelp. It's kind of like therapy, but it's not really therapy. You still need to get real therapy once you get BetterHelp. And if a person goes their whole life only using mouthwash, guess what they're gonna get? Fresh ass breath and some fake ass dentures. And I guess it would be kind of the same with BetterHelp. If you only go there and never to a real therapist, guess what you're gonna get? A fake ass smile on the right and inside. Same thing. So I don't really know what the benefit is. You pay less money and you don't have to go on these trips to these appointments and offices, but you also get far less quality support from a therapist or quote unquote therapist, which I'll get into in a second. And even though they brag about this lower rate where it's only $65 a week instead of like $150 a trip, they still end up charging you $300 a month if you don't counsel that first week, because they want to trap you into that commitment to get more and more money, and Lord knows you're not getting a refund if you counsel before that month is up. But for this next point, here is a PewDiePie transition.
This one says that they don't guarantee the verification of the skills, degrees, qualifications, certification, credentials, competence, or background of any counselor. With BetterHelp, you'll be talking to professionals. Just beware that it's your responsibility to determine whether they are or not. It's your responsibility to determine whether they have any degree or qualification or certification or all these things.
So like I was saying, these qualified therapists aren't really qualified, and that was the biggest problem with the whole thing. That was the main reason everybody was so upset. Why would we want to get help from these people who are just walking in and just getting handed jobs like, Oprah, you're a therapist, you're a therapist, you're a therapist, and you're a therapist. Why would we want to talk to these weirdos when nobody's getting checked for any form of qualification? This is the service that Philip Defranco and many others was promoting and telling people to subscribe to, and saying that they gained so much from using it themselves, when in reality you can gain the same amount of use or value from talking to somebody on your Twitter timeline. Some of you might try to say, well, that's an exaggeration, but it's not that much of an exaggeration, and that's the problem. The fact that it's even that close that it's comparable is sad. There was this one therapist that I don't remember his name that was like really German, so I'm just gonna call him Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Apparently he had rape allegations going all the way back since January, but he just got fired this week because of all the controversy going on now. So that means for this entire year, that man has been giving people advice on how to get over trauma and depression, when in reality, he is someone who has caused trauma and depression. This is what you've been promoting, people of YouTube who've supported BetterHelp. This is what you've been telling people is a great thing to do. And then you wonder why everybody is so mad at you, because you pushed and promoted this bullshit. And I'm really upset at Philip Defranco's trash apology. I'm sorry, it's horrible. I continuously get disappointed every single time every YouTuber or hell Twitch streamer or creator period does an apology. Please, somebody link me to one apology that was like, okay, we understand now. You changed our mind. You made us rethink what we thought about you. It never happens. I don't know why everybody is so bad at apologizing. I thought Philip Defranco, of all people, he is the person who criticizes everyone else. I thought he would be able to nail this shit with a hammer. He didn't. He came out and tried to double down and justify why he was right more so than he did apologize. I don't even think he said the word sorry. He himself can't do an apology. All he had to do is look at the many of terrible apologies that he's covered before and just do the opposite, but he didn't. He went out just like everybody else did, and that's the most disappointing part to me. Because after years and years of trying to convince everybody that he's credible, which he has done a great job at, he's a credible person. He's a very credible person. He now wants us to believe that he wasn't smart enough to check some terms of service for a corporation that he's working with as a partner and as an affiliate who is promoting that product and pushing it onto other YouTubers and his fan base. He wants us to believe that they didn't look over any paperwork. He now suddenly wants us to believe that he's stupid. You're not stupid. Nobody over there at Rogue Rocket is stupid. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the position you're in now. I've seen you check analytics for thumbnails to determine which ones work the best over time, but you didn't check the terms of service about therapist qualifications. Come on, man. You've been doing this long enough to know by now that we won't believe that. Nobody should believe that you guys didn't read the terms of service for that partnership. Nobody's going to believe that you just blindly ignored all the paperwork and just jumped right into it this time, Phil. I'm pretty sure you read that terms of service as many times as you read those checks you were getting for over a year, monetizing on other people's depression. Maybe that's why you didn't see it. Maybe they only handed you all the updated TOSs behind the checks and you didn't even notice it. You just cashed them and kept it pushing. But you're not that kind of person. You're a really observant person. So I know for a fact you knew exactly what was going on, but you just want to pretend you didn't, and that bothers me. You're sitting here telling blatant lies that you or Rogue Rocket didn't check any of the fucking work. That's a blatant lie. That you or your team or anybody on your staff, your family, nobody read that paperwork and nobody understood exactly how the system worked. You just agreed to partner with this sponsor out of nowhere with no credentials, with no knowledge of how they operate. Even the most diehard Philip Defranco fan has to admit that sounds incredibly fishy. You have thousands of news sources and you get linked news and get tweeted news from fans daily. Nobody tweeted you or mentioned the fact that Dr. Doofenshmirtz was going through rape allegations? Not once. Nobody who signed up through your referral link mentioned, hey, this is my therapist, Doofenshmirtz, and I just read a weird headline about him. He slipped something in my drink. I didn't drink it, but it was bubbling a little weird, so I decided not to touch it. Nobody said that. Nobody brought that up to you. Over a year. A whole year of none of that coming to your... Okay, fine. We'll accept that. We'll pretend that's not a lie, and we'll get to the last point. And this is again another PewDiePie transition.
For some reason, I recognize that it was a bad idea taking money for a mental health issue. And how so many YouTubers fail to recognize this is just beyond me. Or maybe it shouldn't be. The most concerning thing about this is not that they're getting paid to promote it. I think that's fine. But they are paid per person that signs up to BetterHelp. And not just a little money either. It's been confirmed that YouTubers have been paid $200 per person that they get to sign up for BetterHelp.
I've never agreed with the monetization of other people's suffering. You turn people's depression into a commission, not only for you and your team, but for other YouTubers involved. And that alone should have been a red flag for most people. The fact that there's a commission on the heads of everybody you get to sign up, $200 per person you sign up through your link. Once you put a commission on the heads of these people you're helping, it goes from I'm just trying to help you clear up your issues to I'm trying to use dollar bills as tissues. This is a money thing. It's not a good service. You're looking out for yourself. You don't really care if these people get good help from good people. That's why you didn't care about that terms of service. That's why you didn't care about the qualification. You should never, ever, ever make it so that when you are trying to help people and offer therapy and things like that, you should never make it a money thing, because I'm sure just like you, other YouTubers started thinking the same way. Like, I get $200 per head? I'm going to get everybody I could possibly get to sign up for this from my subscribers to sign up. Even if they just say they're sleepy, I'm like, yo, I got a therapist for that shit. You can just sign up through my link on BetterHelp.com and you'll be good. Depressed subs turn to dollar signs, and that scares me that you are so confident and comfortable in taking full advantage of that. Instead of just making that like a promotion that you just promoted them, and maybe you did take a check for just promoting them in the video as the service of choice. That wouldn't be as bad, but the fact that there's an actual rate per customer, that is what makes it sad. Being comfortable seeing suffering subs the way that GameStop employees see used games disgusts me. And then the fact that you came online and your apology, well, more so justification and explanation for the whole thing, was that you still think they're a great service, and once they change the term of service, you'll think about bringing them back as a partner. That's what you're going to tell all your subs that's been through shit and they used that service and were disappointed. Oh, well, sorry, maybe next time I'll get more money if you sign up again. That's what you're going to tell them? That's your fallback? That's your excuse? Couldn't be me. That's all I'm saying is I couldn't do it, but if you feel morally right with that dollar sign on your sub's heads, then power to you. Yo, more money your way. And if you as a sub are okay with him doing that and seeing you that way, then hey, more power to you too. Maybe it's a mutual thing. Maybe you like being used. Maybe you like people taking advantage of your weaknesses and vulnerabilities for more money. If that's what your kink is, go for it. That's not how I was taught to do things, and I always respected those with mental illnesses, and I always defend and stand up for those with mental illnesses. And to be honest with you, just thinking about this entire setup and this entire situation is bothering me, so I just go ahead and get to the end of this. Philip Defranco, you can get this L of the day. You saw subs with depression, and you started making money moves. You tried to do a shitty apology out of fear of all the money you lose. You got called out by many people and just tried to say, I could fix it like Bob the Builder, instead of just saying you're sorry. Now everyone is running around celebrating the Philip Defranco is over party. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't actually think Philip Defranco is over. I don't think he's canceled. I don't think any of that shit. I do think his credibility is a little bit fucked more so than it was before, because he had this nice pristine image of greatness and a holier than thou thing going for him, but now he's got like a little scuff on his record. People aren't going to see him in such a 100% positive light anymore, which sucks because like I said, I like Philly D. But when you make shitty mistakes, there are shitty consequences. Now, I want you all to do me a favor though, much less so about Philip. It's about everybody involved in this entire situation. Every YouTuber who was promoting BetterHelp, everybody who talked about the whole thing, pay attention and listen to how they reacted and how things changed, because everybody wasn't this fucking confused. Everybody wasn't this clueless to what they were promoting. Just some people are very good playing victim, and some people are very good at deflecting the blame away from themselves. So you have some of them who look extremely innocent and they did their jobs very good, because nobody suspected them of a thing, and Philip's taking all the blame. But you better believe that there were more. I'm not saying any specific people, I'm not saying all of them, I'm not saying none of them, I'm just saying pay attention and listen to some of these people's words and learn to read through it, because they are better actors than you give them credit for. Remember, this is YouTube. Some of these people are really good at acting low-key, and I just want you all to stay focused and see what's going on around you. I don't want to be the only one who notices certain things. That's all I'm saying. But with that being said, if you agree with this L, be sure to leave a like on the video. Let me know how you feel about the whole BetterHelp thing, Philip Defranco and all that shit down in the comments below. And of course, if you're new, subscribe to join me and the famous few on our path to greatness. Until next time, this is the famous King Fame. And I have nothing left to say. So with that being said, this has been your L of the day.
Matter of fact, let me help you. Matter of fact, I don't need to. I would know only mislead you. Matter of fact, take this needle. Matter of fact, free your mind and speak your truth and free your people. I just hope they believe you. I just hope they believe you. Matter of fact, free your mind and speak your truth and free your people. I just hope they believe you. I just hope they believe you. Matter of fact, free your mind and speak your truth and free your people. I just hope they believe you. I just hope they believe you.